There we go.
Hey, Veronica.
All right, call the meeting, Rainham Conservation meeting to order at 5:35. Anybody have a chance to look at the minutes from the September 3rd meeting?
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Any bills?
There you go. I was. It's written right there, absent.
That's the only way I get in these people.
That's the only bill.
Yes.
Okay, correspondence. From the Town of Rainham Planning Board. New plans attached, find the following plans for your review and comment. Riverfront Estates, definitive subdivision plan and modification to transfer development rights yield plan, as well as the Bassett Knoll Estates, definitive open plan subdivision. Bassett Knoll's been in front of us before.
Correct, Mr. Chairman, and I just wanted, Azu and I showed this to Azu today, and I just
Yep.
wanted you to be aware of it. Azu is reviewing both
Yeah.
plans
Yeah, it's all 55 pages, so.
Okay,
for
So I
Bassett Knoll,
wanna
but I
make
heard there are
sure.
changes, so
Yeah,
that's
there
why.
are changes, so I want to identify all those and what needs to come back before the commission.
No, tomorrow there is a meeting,
11 a.m.?
yes, right after department head meeting, so.
That's still going on. Azu, are you going to be able to attend?
No,
Okay.
no, I am out
Does
of
any of
town.
your review of the 50-plus pages
Well, what
gonna have anything to do with
I
that?
will suggest that you let them know that the commission, because the hearing is not tomorrow.
No, the
It's just
hearing's
so-
not tomorrow.
Right,
Tomorrow's like a pre.
just that,
the
right,
hearing's
right,
not till
okay.
Right.
October 2nd.
Okay.
right, so we want to be able to, next week, put a report together for the commission.
That's, so 11 o'clock tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
I can make that. Can you make that?
Two of you, yeah.
So just listen to what they have to say.
And we'll let them know that it's under review.
It's on that review, exactly.
Okay.
And then the other one with
You may not, that's just a public notice.
the one on the
The river,
river, right, there's clearly activities within the jurisdiction of the commission, so
Right.
they're gonna need file notices of intent.
Church Street,
Well, the-
Pinehurst,
Oh, they're going for the full,
they're putting a subdivision on
they are finally gonna do it.
it, so.
Well, but what they have, though, it's what is called development rights transfer. In other words, they're showing on a yield plan what they can actually do, albeit they're gonna need approvals. But they're showing, so that would allow them reduce density.
Wh-
Where they-
Where are they transferring the rights to, do we know?
They had that from an earlier plan. Okay, I believe it's off of Hill Street, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, because I went through it when they did the I was here when they originally did the division of all the
Lots.
lots. Yeah, it's,
And basically what they do, it's a road, that they're proposing a road they call Canoe Road. What they're showing is that they can do that by right, but what they're doing is for reduction in the square footage that they need for the lots, they're gonna pull everything up forward so that they don't have to build an actual subdivision road.
Okay.
So it's almost like a cluster.
cluster zoning,
Right.
And where is this located?
On Church Street.
the old winery.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what I thought you were
Yeah.
talking. Oh, yes, 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 yes,
Um,
yes, okay.
Yeah, because a couple of the lots that they had proposed, they had to have bridge crossings because they were crossing land subject to flooding, and it is pretty wet down there.
Right.
Okay.
The upper half is dry, the bottom half is pretty wet.
Very wet, yes, okay.
Is that considered agricultural?
Oh, no, because they're gonna come to us.
They're gonna have to.
They're gonna file notice of intent with us.
Well, that's why they had to do the transfer of rights, because it was originally 61A property.
Right, okay.
All right.
Which removes it from those roles of
Right.
agricultural.
Right.
Okay. 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 Any site visits? No? Okay. We're going to continue the enforcement order on RK Associates. They're still having tree issues down there on stabilization of that area. They still haven't come forward to us with the 3 cuttings for the swale area that they put in.
They sent us photos of this way.
That's right,
Yeah.
but I think we should still continue this
Yes,
until it gets resolved.
yeah, okay.
So do I have a motion?
Okay, good, good.
I'll make a motion to continue, the continued enforcement order on RK Associates, 600 South Street West until further notice.
Second?
you gotta continue to date and times.
Well, we continue to the next meeting,
Next meeting, yeah,
which is when?
September,
October.
October.
Oh,
October 1st. Okay.
second? I second the motion.
Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, just for discussion.
Okay.
Should we send a letter to them, because they were going to give us analysis on the soil, what happened to the
Right,
trees?
that's still pending.
Should we send a letter to remind them we're still waiting for it?
No, because they're still working with the Mass Dot on next move they're gonna make. So really, at this point in time, it's not like they're not making the effort, and we had already asked them to give us documentation of whatever they come up with.
Yeah.
So
I just
we
thought a
already
reminder email or something.
He's really good.
Okay.
Okay, well, I've got a motion and a second to continue the enforcement order of RK Associates, as well as MassDOT 24 and 44, to our October 1st meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Okay. Other business, we'll get back to that on conservation signage. Let's move into the formal.
We have the issuance of the ORAD for 252 Britton Street,
Yeah,
and I think you all had a chance to read.
Yeah, we put a stipulation in there on the ORAD that they had to maintain the 25-foot buffer on that parking lot. So that's in the ORAD that we've got in front of us today.
Vote to issue, is it? Vote
yeah,
to issue?
vote to issue.
Need to vote to issue.
Vote to issue the,
I make a motion that we issue the ORAD, right, on 252 Britton Street, B&D Construction, map 4, parcel 11 and 12.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, next up is notice of intent for 102 Lounsbury Drive. Jennifer Gallagher, map 5, partial 19.6. Paul, do you want to read?
Notice of public hearing, Conservation Commission, Rainham, Massachusetts, in accordance with Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Town of Rainham Wetland Protection Bylaw. The Rainham Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, September 17th, 2014, at 5:30 p.m. in the Donald L. McKinnon Meeting Room in the Rainham Veterans Memorial Town Hall at 558 South Main Street, Rainham, Mass, regarding a notice of intent filed by the applicant Jennifer Gallagher, 102 Lounsbury Drive, Rainham, Mass. 02767. The applicant proposes an in-ground pool and tree clearing landscaping that would be located within the 100-foot buffer zone from a bordering vegetated wetland. The property is owned by the applicant and is located at 102 Lounsbury Drive, Rainham, Massachusetts, 02767, map 5, lotted at 19-6. Representatives Outback Engineering Incorporated, 165 East Grove Street, Middleborough, Mass. 02346.
Okay, thank you. You're representing this notice of intent?
Yes, for the record, Niall Zager from Outback Engineering. take it?
Take it?
Can I take it?
All right, hang on, leave it there.
This is where you do the song and dance.
You don't want to see that, trust me.
Open mic night.
So we're here on behalf of Jennifer Gallagher. Back in 2010, we came before the commission with the construction of a single-family home on this property. What you see before you is the as-built conditions of that property, the house, the septic system, driveway, associated utilities, and landscaping clearing. The commission had actually issued an abbreviated notice of resource area delineation at the time, ANRAD, for the approval of the wetland line. That wetland line is actually still valid due to the Permit Extension Act, so that is already set in stone as far as we're concerned for this work. What we're proposing in front of you today is the construction of a in-ground swimming pool as shown in the rear of the property. We are doing a little bit of clearing in behind, basically to the northwest of the property behind the pool, just in order for them to have enough room to maintain, work around the pool and, be able to have a little bit of yard back there. There is no water table issue as far as depth of the pool. Water table was at elevation 83 approximately on the design plan when we originally did the design. And the existing grade at the pool right now is 94 approximately, which is about 11 feet, the difference in grade. So we don't expect to encounter any water table issues. So there shouldn't be any issues with that as well. So I would obviously answer any questions from the commission at this time if you have any.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the question, I've got a couple, basically just a couple items. What's gonna happen with the backwash water?
The backwash water from the filter?
Yeah, from the pool, yeah, like,
Do you guys have you guys talked about what type of filter you're going to do or anything like that with them?
We just talked about an earth filter and possibly a sand system.
Okay.
We didn't get into
so we're gonna need to know where that is located,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Because you don't wanna be dumping that into the wetlands, because of the, the chlorine in the
The
water.
filter will be, the wetlands are to the left of the house, the filter will be over to the right, so I would think we would run it out to the back that way.
Yeah, well, we're gonna need to see that, though.
We need to see that on the plan.
So what does the commission usually require? Do you usually want like a dry pit? I mean, like a leaching pit or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Approximately how many trees are coming down?
There's not that many large trees, are there?
Four,
Four.
and then some brush.
And how about access to machinery and stuff out there?
I would think that they would come down the driveway and just come right out to the back, right from here. into
They'll be
here.
able to
Yeah,
throw
absolutely,
tire machines or...
yes.
So it's within the 25-foot. Are you within the 25-foot?
No,
No touch?
No.
Just over, just
No.
outside the
Okay.
25
They're
foot.
just
no touch.
outside.
Just outside the 25 foot, no touch. Within the 100
Well, in
foot buffer.
2010, we didn't have that, but now it's a bylaw.
Oh, and that's what we are maintaining that 25 foot no touch.
Okay.
So,
We show it on the plan as such.
So the closest you get is in wetland flag 4, which is the 34 feet,
5?
Yeah,
5.
wetland 4 and 5, it's approximately about, 27, 28 feet.
Okay.
That leader is misrepresented on the plan.
That was
Still within.
that was the leader when you had the
Still
pool
outside.
turned the other way.
Okay.
That was the
Yeah.
setback to the original pool. They submitted a new plan. The pool was going parallel, if you will,
Okay, yep.
with the house. They turned it so that when it was going parallel, that's just the dimension.
Oh, yeah,
Front to
okay.
the, yeah.
You flip this around
Yeah.
this way, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions, Commission?
Well, you gotta,
Randy?
the only thing that in reality, you're gonna have access through here, so they're gonna have equipment pulling in, right, from the driveway.
Yep.
So in reality, the equipment is gonna be moving in the 25 feet. You don't have enough room to swing a radius without getting into the 25 feet. I just wanna let you know, be aware of that. Look over there where you have the 92 contour
Yeah.
mile.
Yep.
Between that and where the,
deck.
I think that's the sill fence that kind of turns up, or right where you have the
You can,
bend.
there's no reason why they can't go down the driveway and turn right in here and fit in here. There's easily 25 to 30 feet.
How are they gonna haul out you're gonna have a truck, right, to haul out the dirt that they dig out?
Of course.
Right, so,
The dirt's gonna be dumped in the back really later.
so we need to know, so you need to show where you're gonna do your stockpiling of material.
Yeah. The dirt's coming out of the pool and going in where it says,
Area to be clear.
property tree line,
Area to be treated, clean, cleared.
area to be cleared, I'm sorry. Do you want to come up here and just show us, or?
Well, I wasn't sure, we weren't sure, we weren't notified about as far as what you guys were gonna do with the clear. We were just notified that they were gonna clear it. I don't think you're gonna, it doesn't drop way off in the back there, does it?
No, we were thinking if we needed it, we could, if not, then haul it away.
Yeah, I mean, as far as, I think it's gonna be hauled away. There's no way they're gonna be able to stockpile, they're not gonna stockpile it all, they'll just haul it away on site, off-site. That would be my take, because this is, an 8-foot deep pool by the size, I mean, there's a good amount of material that's gonna have to get trucked out of here.
There's not a lot of slope there to grade it down.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, it's not.
The
gonna-
elevations go from 98, 96, 94 to 90, so it's only like
There's
16
not that
feet.
there's not that much room in the back there to be grading it off, so.
Wouldn't they back the truck in
You can back the truck in.
to remove the?
Yeah, you're gonna buy the truck, and that's what I was saying. If the truck is gonna back in, and then you're gonna bring an equipment
Oh.
to put the stuff in, you're not gonna be able to work strictly
I
inside
see,
that
with the truck
25.
and the equipment in there.
You're not gonna be able to work
questioning
in that
I see.
25. That's the way the equipments move around.
If they bring in an excavator first,
Yeah.
and bring the excavator into the corner and back the truck up, they'll be able to do it.
Yeah,
But
I
we
believe
can't
there's significant room in there.
Dictate on how they do their work.
No,
As long as we dictate what the delineation
No,
is
I'm
of the
not-
work.
And they'll be in within the limit of work outside the 25 foot.
well,
It'll
that's
be
what I'm
tight.
saying,
It'll be
that's what
tight.
I'm saying.
It'll
It's
be-
gonna be tight, and, if they need it, well, to note that it's gonna be temporary, because if they're in that 25, when we go out and do inspection, then that would be a basis for an enforcement order.
Yeah.
So if you show a temporary disturbance in that 25 and say you're gonna restore it in that just in that area, then at least you're aware of it.
Right, okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, we don't propose to show any temporary disturbance.
Okay.
We feel as though we can make it work without, I mean, we've done septic systems in this size, bigger than this in this type of area, and been able to make it work. I mean, I see no reason as to why this shouldn't be able to. And it's not like we're bringing in, tanks or anything like that. I mean, it's just it's a pool. I mean, I don't foresee it being an issue.
I have one other question, Azu. I know they had a National Heritage, probably when they did the house. Does that
Yeah.
carry through, or do they?
Well,
need-
that's my next comment.
I'm ahead.
That letter doesn't carry through, Niles.
We submitted with Natural Heritage already. We paid the $300 fee, and already resubmitted to them. with
But we
the
don't have
notice of intent.
we don't have a response though.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that we
Yeah,
did do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, because they did give them, now I would not expect that they're not gonna give it to them again.
Right.
But in that
It has to go
original
through the
letter,
process.
it says that it was for the specific project at the time, so.
Okay, so
Well-
And when did you submit?
When we submitted the notice of intent, when that was probably about 2-3 weeks.
Natural heritage, natural,
They have up to 30 days.
they have 30 days.
Through the NOI process.
So if we haven't heard from them in 30 days, then it's.
It's pretty much an approval, correct.
September 3rd.
What I would ask, I don't know what the commission feels, is we can revise the plan, showing the dry pit, that the commission would want for the backwash if necessary, and then make that a condition of the approval along with the natural heritage. I just don't want to have to come back to the hearing, another hearing, if there's no other,
Well, they can't
issues.
close the hearing without a natural heritage. They can't
well, I mean,
close the hearing.
No, I meant, I just didn't want to make sure that I don't have to come back.
Okay.
You know, and we can close, you know, once that's all
You
accepted.
don't want us to close the hearing.
No, correct. I don't want you to I want you to close the hearing once you've, you know, received all the information, but I just want to make sure that I don't need to come back. I've addressed all the issues. I can address all the issues that the commission has, but I don't want to cost the, you know, the client any more money or time.
Right.
The only other thing, after all, the project's all said and done, the hay bales are done, just a couple signage that says no touch.
That's part of your original, your normal
Yep.
special
Yep,
conditions.
yep.
So was that the only thing that you wanted to see, was that dry pit on the? on the
Yeah,
plan?
that, to see, to make sure that that water's not going to the wetlands. And that the young lady stated, it's gonna go on this side, we wanna see that.
But that needs to be on the plan. Can you get that on,
Yeah.
updated on the plan and
course.
resubmit to Gail? Okay. Do we want to do a site visit? Once they have it laid out?
Before they start, but you
Right.
don't need a site visit right now.
No.
Once they start and they put the silt fence up, or hay bales, excuse me, then we'll go out and
Then
look
we'll-
at it.
Then we'll need a site visit.
Yeah.
Take a look at it, okay. All right, do we want to continue until we
Yeah,
get that
so,
information?
if they sent it out on the 3rd, and our meeting's on the 1st,
We should have it back.
well, we should have it, but if we don't have it then, we just have to continue it one more time.
Okay.
But to his point, if indeed he gives us the revised plan showing where the pit is going, it'll be a matter of, the commission
It's a minor
closing the,
modification.
right. No, because it's still open.
Well, still, yeah, but I mean, it's,
But for us to review.
for us to review, it's
Yeah,
a
we
minor,
review it.
so we don't
Right.
need him here to
That's right.
explain that that's a
what he's-
pit.
That's right.
what he's
That's right.
talking, right.
Motion to continue.
When do you propose to start? When do you
As soon
propose to
as
start?
they were hoping to start,
We wanted
yeah.
to start tomorrow with
Yeah.
the weather.
Well, you can't because of the order of
Can't
conditions.
say, you need an order of
You
conditions.
need the order
Right,
of conditions, you
right.
need the 21 days, plus you know,
Oh, no, I understand
Yeah.
that.
so.
They want to get started as soon as possible, so.
Yep, okay.
And the National Heritage is what's gonna hold, I know
Dictate it.
by our next meeting, the National Heritage would have exceeded the 1 month.
No,
So-
because if they send it on September 3rd,
Are you
our next
is
meeting
that
is
when we
on,
sent it?
When's our next?
Yeah.
Well, that's when you submitted to me, it's on the 3rd.
Okay.
so if that was on the 3rd,
When is the NOI dated?
Check your original date.
Yeah,
Third.
I get it. It was the 3rd, so then
Yeah.
that's when it would have been submitted
So
to.
we won't have it by the 1st, then, okay.
Well, being.
no, you might have it by the 1st, but I'm just saying,
You've got-
if you're done, then the 30 days hasn't expired.
So it had to continue. That's
Right.
Yes, yes,
Right.
okay, right. So we don't have it in hand, the next meeting, or
Yeah.
close to the next.
So for us to speed this process along, it'd be in your best interest to try to make contact
course, of
with them. So we have documentation for the next meeting, we can close the
We can
hearing
say,
and move forward,
Go.
as long as your changes are made. That way we don't have to wait the extra 2 days
I
to
understand
meet the
completely.
30-day limit
Of
and
course.
push back another 2 weeks, you know.
Of course.
I know the
understand.
weather's not gonna hold forever.
No, I understand, thank you.
We have a pool declared at sea, because that's separate from a pool, or we can't touch anything right now.
Until this is approved, you can't.
I don't think they can
can't-
touch anything.
It's all part of the application.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Can't do anything until we
It's all
okay
part
it.
of the notice of intent.
Okay,
David made a motion, I'll second. He made a motion to continue,
Continue.
and I'll second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
October 1st.
October 1st.
October 1st.
To October 1st.
If
So
everything
get with
comes
National
through, we
Heritage.
should be able to
Get
start
with
then.
National Heritage, so we can push that,
Good luck.
close that day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you need to get that modified plan. to
Yeah,
Gail.
that's not a problem. That's simple.
You know, we can vote on it the next meeting.
Yeah.
And then you'll be good to go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Take care.
You're welcome, thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay. Last item, okay. We have copies of that document?
Actually, having that, yeah.
Okay. The article,
Well, I didn't see him handing over. the
He
key.
handed me before,
Oh, okay.
before you got here.
Oh,
Okay, as we talked about in the last meeting, and we asked Azu to draft an article for the fall town meeting so that we could submit to have funds transferred from our wetlands conservation account into our working account for the purposes of providing signage on some of the property that's under our control or owned by the town. So Kevin did a good job in identifying a resource to do that and gave us a good estimate. He estimated between $300 to $400 per sign. I took the high-end number of that, which is the $400, which did not include poles. I added another $100 to that to cover the poles. So looking at least four signs, it's in the neighborhood of $1,600. So I think we should go forward in asking for $2,000 just so that we have an additional funds if we run over, or if we want to put an additional sign up. Okay. So that's what's in this proposal that we'd like to submit to the town for the article to be presented at the town meeting coming up. What's the date on, do we know the date on the town meeting? It's in November, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I have a question about this whole process. If we approve this right here, who next reads this?
It gets submitted to the,
But who reads it? Who checks the legality and
Oh, it
the
will go to-
terminology?
Town attorney.
It will go to Randy, and Randy sends all the articles to the town attorney to look at
Okay,
everything.
to Mr. Peaknick would
Yes.
review this. Okay. I was just wondering,
Yes, they do get.
the language, and David pointed out, I read it before, but then I read it again, and
is there something you want to change in the language? That's fine.
well, I'm not sure how it should read, I guess is my question. Because it doesn't flow, I guess is what I want to say.
Yeah, that was the
It
same.
doesn't flow.
It's
when I read it.
grammatically incorrect.
Well, I don't know grammatic, I'm not a grammarian, so, but it doesn't flow the way, I see you get the semicolon in there, but to purchase and install signage for Hewitt's Pond Pine Preserve off of South Main Street, semicolon, to name a few sites as part of the management of the lands by providing and promoting public awareness by way of message post. I don't know,
Gail, has this already been submitted?
No.
no, it hasn't,
Okay.
that's
We
why
have
I.
department head
That's
meeting
why we're
tomorrow.
talking
What
about
if we
it.
just removed for Hewitt's Pine Preserve, just to name the actual sites? Because I know there's actually 4 sites that we're looking at, but 2 of the ones currently we have not come up with a name for yet. And we need to research that. There's 2 of them that currently have names, Wood Lot over on Warren Street.
Yep.
And obviously.
Dora Pine.
The Dora Pine and Hewitt's Pond. So those we already know are named ones, but the area on Orchard Street that goes from Orchard Ave down to Route 24, all behind those houses, that's the other area, is about 36 acres of combined parcels that we have to come up with a name and research how we acquired it, the town acquired it, find out what the name. So I don't know if we should put names in the warrant or just leave it open-ended.
I would leave it, me personally, I would just leave it open-ended so that we as a commission can decide what parcel the sign is actually going to end up on. I would just kind of say signage to, help me Paul here, signage to designate conservation areas.
Yeah.
Public conservation areas.
Or, well, actually, town conservation
Town.
areas.
Town conservation.
You see, we're getting not to be specific in the naming, so if we want to go to a different site, we can certainly do that. Is that gonna be an issue with the town, saying, that,
Well, that
where are you
would
gonna
be-
put them, you
That
know?
would be something that you can
Discuss
at the town meeting floor.
Okay.
So just say you were the Conservation Commission, Alliance and whatever bodies in the town would like to purchase and install our signage, period.
Right.
And then-
Signage
and then-
for
and then-
promoting public awareness.
Yeah, to purchase to purchase and install signage as part of its management of the lands by
Yeah,
providing,
right.
and then take everything else off.
I
Yep.
I like what Kevin just said, to promote.
Wow.
It says it right there.
Management of land, so we could take from Hewitt's
The
Pond all the way
language,
to.
yes,
Part
right,
of Venice.
okay,
Take
now
that
that
right
make, now that flows.
So from Hewitt's Pond to the next sentence, 3/4 of the way down, right after of its. So we could go right from signage for management of the lands by providing.
Right, great.
And just take
Okay.
out that whole section
Yep.
where we're actually naming.
Yes, okay, now that,
Good,
install
that's a good
signage
idea.
for, and then.
Management of lands by providing.
And
by
then we'll
providing
send
and
it back
promoting
up again,
public
board
awareness
management.
by way of message postings on the signage, yes, that make, yeah, that flows. It
So-
didn't,
So Hewitt's Pond all the way to
Yep,
its will
yep.
be removed.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, so you can make those changes, Gail? You have this, right?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure, we have a department head meeting at 10, and I want to make sure Randy gets it as soon as possible, so.
Is everybody okay with
Does
that?
that, I was just gonna say, does that even make, that make sense? I just,
I agree with you.
well, yeah, well, when you said that to me, and then I thought, I knew when I
I'm not the
read.
brightest bulb,
And the
but
reason
it
why
just
it
didn't
was
flow.
taken that- It was
No.
written that way was because that's how it was also in the minutes last time we
Yeah,
met. so
no,
it was
no,
kind
yeah,
of
no,
like
no,
that's
no,
what we
no,
had thrown out
I
there.
understand that, and that's why I asked.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up now.
And
so-
that's
lawyer.
and that's why it was mailed out to you guys to review. It says about
We did.
review and comment.
There you go.
That's the whole purpose.
That's the
Yeah.
purpose.
It
And
was
sometimes
said-
it sounds good in your mind, but when somebody else reads it, it isn't.
Well, that's why it says review for comment.
And
Good,
sometimes you have to go back and read it
yeah, again.
after.
No, right.
No, it sounds good
And
now.
then when
I'll-
David
I'll
said
make sure it
something
gets
earlier, I thought,
fixed First thing
All right.
tomorrow
And
morning.
then at town meeting, if we need to address this, any questions from the audience during town meeting on the actual
we-
locations, we can address those.
And-
we could give them
Here
some
are
examples of
Examples. of
where the
Examples,
signage
correct.
would be.
We can do
Yes.
that day
Sure.
at town meeting, fall town meeting.
Okay. And we can also cover any other questions that come up, because they may ask, well, what's this wetland conservation fund? I'm not even sure they know that that's there. Okay, so
No,
we
it's
can.
true.
It's true,
Yeah,
and we
that's
can
true,
ask that.
Bill, that's a good point.
All right, do we need to vote on that? I think I need to vote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you vote
Yep.
as a commission
To
to
push it
submit.
forward, so,
Yeah.
yep.
So I'll make a motion to push the signage article forward with the corrections that we have talked about this evening.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
All right?
Aye. Good. Good job, Azu.
Good comments.
Okay, I need another motion.
The last motion,
To adjourn.
Would you like to make it?
just made, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So voted.